it doesn't speak to what you identify as. It's not a discussion on pronouns, whether or not you're for or against. It's just not. It's an issue of safety. Let's just say, for argument's sake, because I've thought until I saw the AP articles this morning that specifically stated that this boxer was born a female. I was having a discussion with Dominic earlier this morning before we went live, stating that, I mean, they got to draw the line somewhere. And it seems like the XY chromosome discussion is the ideal marker to do that. Now, there's doctors that are going to go out there and they're going to say that, look, just because X and Y chromosomes are a thing doesn't mean that that is proof or dispositive of what somebody actually biologically is, male or female. And then they would go on this whole discussion about how the X and the Y chromosome set up a physiological chain of events that dictate how you develop. And biological males scientifically develop greater bone density, greater muscle density, greater muscle endurance. I don't think that some women really truly understand how much stronger men are than women. I just don't think that people really understand how wide the gap is there. And if you have biological males that have been males all their life, and all of a sudden they're identifying as female, and they're allowed to compete in female sports, they've had the benefit of this superior physiological development for athletic purposes that they're now going to perpetrate on biological females that have not had the same benefit of testosterone and this physiological male chain of events that has strengthened their athletic prowess. And you're going to see what happened yesterday. We'll watch the whole fight. Let's watch the whole fight. And I'm going to break it down as best I can with you. It lasted about 45 seconds. This was the fight. Let me share my screen and then we'll get to it. Okay. So this is the entire fight. The Olympic officials, they addressed the gender eligibility issues, and this is what they had to say. They say, the case of the two Olympic boxers has drawn attention to a thorny issue. Who and what determines which female athletes can compete? Algerian boxer Imane Khelif and Lin Yu Ting of Taiwan both were disqualified from the 2023 Women's Boxing World Championships when they reportedly failed to gender eligibility test. But this week, the IOC confirmed the two boxers have been cleared to compete here at the Paris Games, as they both did at the Tokyo Games in 2021. The issues of so-called gender verification or sex testing have fueled discussion at the Olympics as the fighters prepare to enter the ring in North Paris. So Khelif was that was the boxer in question in red. She was silver medalist at the 2022 World Championships, is scheduled to fight Thursday against Angela Carini. Oh, this was just them. And this was their explanation about why she was allowed to fight. They said, yeah, it's tricky. I don't know exactly what their circumstances are. IOC spokesman Mark Adams indicated Tuesday that no personal information about the boxers' medical histories would be disclosed. They've been competing in boxing for a very long time. They've achieved all the eligibility requirements in terms of sex and age. We're following the rules in place in Tokyo. And people are like, what does that even mean? Well, there was another article that just came out this morning from the AP that kind of further clarifies that the boxer in question might just be a biological female. It says Algerian boxer Imane Khelif was landed in the middle of a divide about gender in sports after her Italian competitor Angela Carini pulled out seconds into their bout at the Paris Olympics. Outcry has come from conservatives like former U.S. President Donald Trump and Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni. Khelif was disqualified from the 2023 World Championships after failing unspecified and untransparent eligibility tests for women competition from the now banned International Boxing Association. Khelif was assigned female at birth, and it says so on her passport, which is the International Olympic Committee's threshold for eligibility for boxing because of the rift between the sport's governing body and the IOC. Khelif is a formidable athlete with respected fighting skills. contending in top international events, including major amateur boxer tournaments over the past 6 years, such as the Tokyo Olympics. She's won a few regional gold medals. But Khelif was decidedly not known as a dominant champion, an overpowering force, or even a particularly hard puncher at her weight, not until this week in Paris. Khelif defeated Carini in just 46 seconds Thursday, with the Italian boxer's tearful abandonment of the fight leading to innumerable portrayals of Khelif as an unstoppable punching machine whose presence threatens the health of her opponents. So who is this boxer? She was born in 1999 from rural northwestern Algeria. Her father initially didn't approve of his girls participating in boxing, but Khelif said she gave up soccer as a teenager to pursue her new passion, even though she had to travel 10 kilometers each way to the gym. Khelif eventually caught the attention of Algeria's national team, making her major tournament debut in 2018 with a first-round loss at the AIBA, now the International Boxing Association World Championships. She lost 5 of her first 6 elite level bouts, but improved and excelled. So this part of the story before this morning, I had no idea. If this lady, Imane Khelif, is a biological female and was identified as a biological female at birth, then to me, this discussion is over. Then Carini just got her ass kicked by a woman. And, what's the reason that we're having this discussion? Well, the reason we're even having this discussion is because she was disqualified in 2023 from the World Championships based on gender-specific qualification standards that were centered around testosterone markers. But testosterone markers are not the telltale end-all, be-all dispositive issue when it comes to determining who is male, who is female. To me, that's always been a chromosome issue for the reasons that I stated at the very beginning, that when you're assigned this XY chromosome, it sets up a chain of physiological development cues that cause you to have superior athletic genetics when it comes to competing. And that the problem with allowing individuals who identify as female, even though they are biologically male, is that it provides a ready-made humongous advantage if you're allowed.